Hey, welcome to another video. In this video, I'm going to show you how we can design the navigation of our website using Tailwind CSS. So I'm going to remove all the previous code which was written by Dawn, and we will simplify it using our Tailwind CSS and a slightly custom CSS. So the video might get longer, so I will try my best to do it. So here is an example I have already done. So before I record the video, I should do it so I can make it quickly for you guys also. Now if you like bring it down, it is responsive, but the mobile version is not done. As soon as I finish this, I will record the mobile version also. So you can check, this is the responsive menu that we have. It is similar to Dawn, but it is much simple and less code than that. So if I come to the code that we have in here, just trying to make sure my mic is working. Yep. So I'm going to revert all the changes on the header and also theme.liquid. So I am going to discard the changes, and also for this one it should be fine. Rest of them are like just basic setting. This is theme.liquid, this is the app.css, and this is the CSS I have written in here. I'm going to explain it. This is the only CSS that we are going to use for the navigation for now, and it is very simple and it is very easy to use also. So this is the header and all the setting. Now if I check, this is how it will look like. Now I'm going to refresh again. You might be wondering why everything is broken, because we have added all the CSS files. Now let's check out in here that we have CSS, and if I open base.css, this is our base.css, and in here in this file we have everything set up in here. The reason it is displaying all of this data in a very like unformatted way is because we have our own CSS file in here. So you can see this is the cart, this is the all the navigation, and based on the settings that we have, it is also displaying those information like this. Now let's try to rebuild the whole navigation. So I'm going to clean up everything we have in here. So let's try opening the header, and everything is extra in here. We of course we are going to create our predictive search. So let's come down here. These are all the social icons that they are adding in the header. This is a lot of code in here, so I'm going to remove until in here. So this one is for the SEO, we should keep that here. For a sticky navigation, we will also keep that. So we save it. Now if we check the theme, this is a clean theme that we have in here. Again, let it be here like this. We need this setting for now. We need the header width, we need the logo, we need the main menu, and all of this we keep it, and if we do need it in the future, we can remove that. So for now, let's start from creating a header, and we also give it a class of header. Now this is our header. Currently it does not have anything. So inside the header, here is what we do. As we know, like we are going to display logo in here, navigation, and then the icons. So we are going to use CSS grid. CSS grid is a great way, great way of aligning things properly in here. So that's why we can select the header in here in our CSS. I have already selected. I give it a display of grid. So inside this one, we will have a header logo, we have header menu, and header icons. Let's create those. This will be the child version of this. So it should be a logo, and we have one for the header menu and one for the header icons. This will display side by side for us. Now for now, if I display like put a logo in here as a text, for this one we have a menu, and for the last one, let's say icons. We can of course put them conditionally for now to make the video like shorter. That's why I put everything like this. Now it will display them in a line like this. Now you might be wondering how come it is displaying this properly in here. So here is how the grid is going to work. CSS grid will display everything in a grid, but you can also specify templates. Templates are basically how much space you are going to put on a template and where that each section is going to display. For example, we have a class called header logo. We give it a unique grid area, and what is the name of that? This is called header logo. Now when you give it an area, using that area you can align it. For example, I have logo in here, and the second one is menu, the other one is icons. So it will display logo here, then it will display header menu, and then it's display icons in here. For the columns, it is going to say, for the first one, which is logo, take 1 fraction. For the second one, which is the menu, take 2 fractions, mean 2 parts of the tab. So if you calculate it, it will be like 4 fractions. From 4, 1 is this one, 1 is this one, and 2 is for this one. That is how it will calculate the menu for us. Now if I select the menu again, you can see the main menu is double, the icon and logo. So that is basically how you display it. Now the good part is how you arrange them together. Now if I come here for the responsive, I say if it is less than this pixel value 768, and you can change the area of this, and you can say show the menu in here and bring the logo in the middle, then the icon. Now if I bring it down, you can check the logo will come in the middle. See, the logo is displaying in the middle, the menu will be in here, and then the icons. Instead of menu, we can display a hamburger menu to open the mobile menu. That is how easy it is to display them properly in here. Now again, this is going to be again the same fraction. If you are not changing it, we can just get rid of this. I think that is extra. So we save it, everything should work as expected. Now this is the menu and everything is working properly. Now I will come back in here. Here is the thing. You might see all these stylings in here. The styling happens from this base CSS which Shopify apply. Now I will come to the theme and I will disable this base CSS. I don't want it because I don't want this to interact with my existing CSS files. So if I refresh it, this is one of the problem. You see, I disabled that. It didn't pick it. Now it picked it right now. Okay, that's fine. Now this is all the sections that we have. What I can do best is come to the setting and hide all of this. I don't want them to display any style, so it doesn't look good. I will just click this I to toggle visibility. Let the footer be like that. I will save it, and we will not have all these like unstyled sections for now. Again, I will come here. One of the things we added last time in the body was this class. I'm going to remove that. We don't need it. Okay, that's fine. The other thing is this one, escape to the content. This is visibility hidden, means it will show only for a screen reader. For if you are using Tailwind, you can say SR only, which means a screen reader only. So if I add that one, this one should be hidden now. Now this is the main header and everything is looking fine for me. So let's come here and give it a little bit of styling. So if I give header border Y, means from top and bottom it will give me 1 pixel border. That should display like a nice border for me. Now this is one of the issues with CLI. It is not picking the objects properly. That's fine. I will refresh again. You can see now it picked that properly in here, that border. Now let's, instead of them, let's display the logo. Let's say if user select a logo, since if we scroll down, this is the logo. This is the logo width that they have. Now let's display the logo in here. Before I display the logo, I want to check if the user select logo or not. If they do not select any logo, display the shop name in here. Now a lot of people do not want to select a logo, so display the shop name by default. Or if someone installed the theme by default, they don't have the logo. That's why you can write an if condition and say if section.settings.logo, which refer to our existing section, which is the header. It will come down here, it will go to the setting, and from the setting it will get the ID of logo. That is how you can get the value of them. You see, if it is not equal to blank, means if it is not empty, then display the logo, right? Now you can put an else in here. Otherwise, you can put an a tag in here. It should refer to the home page, and inside this we can say shop.name. For now, let's save it. Oh, I hope we don't have any error. Since we selected the logo, it is not going to display this. It will display the logo in here. So for this one, again, we are going to open an href in here. Do not go to assets, just go to the home page, and inside this A, we are going to display our image which is in here, the logo that we have in here. Now here is the thing, if I come up in here, I can like use an image in here, but the better way of displaying image would be displaying a responsive image, which I will discuss in the future. But for now, let's put it like this. I will say section.settings.logo, and we will apply a filter called img url, and in here you will specify a size. So I'll say master, means display the full the full size of the image. Now if I save it, it should display the full size of the image. And in here you can say shop.name, which is the alt is of course something necessary we have to write. Now it will display properly in here. Now it is too big for us. Now that's why we can make use of this logo width. So I'll come here and I'll specify logo width directly in this. So, or maybe we can, no, I'm not going to apply it to that. We can directly apply it to anchor tag in here. So we can open the style tag and say max width is going to be section.settings.logo width, and we can append the pixel in here. Now this time if I save it, let's come here and refresh it. Let's check it out. It doesn't have it yet. I don't know why this thinking is not applying. Now this is applying the max width 90 pixel. Since this is not a display of block, it is not picking that. So if you display block, you can see it will display that properly. So we can just give it a class of block, something like this. Now it should display everything properly. Also, you know that this is a grid. In the grid you can also use the item center, which display items in the center. You see menu is to top, it should bring it to the center. Now it is working properly in here. The other thing is like these are very small. Now if I check again, these are displaying very small, and look, okay, let's fix that later, but for now that is how you display it. And also the menu itself and the icons. To make the video shorter, I have already done this in a draft menu, so I'm going to copy everything. You can see everything is the same except a few other changes, and I will explain. I'll copy everything and then I'll paste everything in here. So I'll close the draft menu, and this time if you can see the logo, the menu and everything is displaying in here. Now let's discuss the menu. That is like the difficult part. First of all, we have a button in here inside the header menu. It is displaying flex. We have a button that will display only on mobile. MD hidden means hide it, medium and max, then medium, which is 700 and something. So it will be hidden, and it is just the menu icons. When I say render, we can render snippets. There is a snippet called icon menu. If I open it, this is the icon menu. This is just a switch. It is inside the snippet folder, and we can pass a value to this one. We can pass a class, we can pass like a CSS, we can pass anything. It is just a variable class that we pass, and I will directly put that in here. For that, the reason I put a class is because I want to have the flexibility of specifying a width. If in the future I'm using the same SVG with another width, we can just pass a class to that, and it is reusable. Then we have our menu that is in the theme setting menu. If you scroll down, you can find it. Now here is how you can loop through it. You can use the for loop and give it like a value of link, and go inside this setting, get all the links, and this is where you can loop for the second link. This link will come with all the data, my title, URL. Now if you ask it for link.links is not equal to blank, it means it has a sub menu. So behind the scene, what I did, I went to the menu in here in the setting and added some sub menus in here. You know, some menus has some drop down. This is how you check either a menu has a drop down or not. If it does have a drop down, display the drop down like this. If it does not have, display the menu as usual. So this is for this part of the else is for the menu with a normal state. This one is for the one with the drop down. So everything is displaying properly in here. Now you can see I'm using the tag of nav for navigation, and this one has a relative positioning. This one, which is the submenu, which has a position of absolute, and it will be hidden by default. These are the only areas we have to like write our custom CSS, and we can use Tailwind also, but I don't think if you can hover over the parent and display the child using Tailwind. At least I am not aware of that. But here is how I did it. This is the nav item. If someone hover over it, display the submenu as block. By default, the submenu is hidden, which is a basic CSS. Now this catalog has a submenu. When you hover over this, it will display something nicely like this. Now why it is not aligned properly, it is because I have specified a lot of like proper design in here. Now if you check, py means padding from y direction, top and bottom is 5 in here means 1.5 rem. Now that is a bit confusing. In the previous video I talked about this, and someone tried to explain that it is related to scale the body, like to the layout scale, which is right, but I personally don't find it very interesting. So I'll just remove it from here, and I'll remove this one also completely, because it is ruining my design. If I'm using 1 rem, it should give me 1 rem here. Now this is how it should display. Now that's fine. I know it is displaying very big in here, and everything is too big. So to make that possible, to have like 16 pixel, just give the body 16 pixels, something like this, 1 rem. Now if I come here, either you wait or you just hard reload again, not sure where it is. Yeah, now it picked the proper data in here. Now again, that is one area that you have to specify this properly. Now for the footer, we are going to design it in the next video, but for now you can see the menu is displaying properly for me. These are the other links. Now if I bring it down, this is the icon that is displaying. If I open the header, this is displaying, but this one will hide. It will hide on mobile, and it will be flex on desktop. How easy it is to define it. Now this one also have a minimum height, which is the submenu, but for now it doesn't work, because I will focus on that in the next video, to how to design like a drawer. If someone click on this, a menu will appear from here using Tailwind CSS and Alpine.js. Yeah, that's it. And this is the account menu, which if someone click on this, it will take them to the account page in here. Now the thing is, you have to check if the customer account is enabled or not. You can always go to the setting. It is under the checkout. If it is not for you enabled, you can enable it here. Account setting, by default it is disabled. You can make it optional, so the user can check out as a guest or create an account. That way this will return true. Shop.customer account enable, it will return true, and then you can display the account page. And again, I am going to render an icon in here with some basic styling. The other one is also for the cart. So the cart, it has a title of cart button. I want to make the theme accessible, so a screen reader should be able to read this, because inside this we also have a screen reader, which is this one, but it is good to have a title also for this one, just to make sure a screen reader can read everything properly. This is also the cart icon, which displays side by side inside this header icons. It is also flex item center, and everything is fine, except here is a space X. If you don't know about it, in Tailwind CSS, in spacing, it has a lot of like nice utility classes. When you say a space X, it will give them a equal space from X direction. So if you have two items, it will put equal space between them. That is the nice part. And the same thing goes from Y direction. And also the thing I use here, border Y from top and bottom. This is adding those borders. Now it may not display perfectly in here, but I will work on this, and I will just make it nicer in the future. But for now, this is the basic navigation. So I hope this video has been informative, and you learn how you can create this navigation. And in the next video, we will create the menu for the mobile. I hope it has been informative. Thank you for watching. See you later.